I recognize that heartbeat, but that's not possible. What's going on? Alright, calm down. You're a variant version of me, passing through. Are you telling me I'm in a different universe? You get used to it. I don't believe it. Tell me something only we would know, and don't lie, because I'm gonna stop you right there. I came out of the gate talking about recognizing heartbeats. You're not gonna impress me with your lie detection. Just do it. The name Daredevil was what the bullies used to call us when we didn't fight back. What? Is that not true for you? I was called Daredevil because I'm from Hell's Kitchen, and I'm a badass. Well, me too. I guess, unless you don't count the time that I moved to San Francisco to get with Black Widow. You got with who now? Black Widow? Do you not have her in your world? No comment at this time. Wouldn't going by your old childhood nickname make it really clear what your secret identity was? A lot had happened in the meantime, okay? I went blind, I got my powers, my dad died, I was taught martial arts by this guy named Stick. Oh, I knew Stick. He was an asshole. Yeah, tell me about it. Do you know he abandoned me? Why? Because you were getting too attached? No, because I brutally attacked the punks who killed my dad. Apparently I was too violent for him. Too violent for Stick? You don't kill people, do you? No, of course not. I have a code. Usually. Usually? I may or may not have brutally killed Kingpin in the street once. Damn it, man. I mean, I thought about it, but you can't let him win. Yeah, and everybody comes back to life eventually anyway. He actually went on to be mayor of New York. I don't think I could actually even imagine a worse sentence than that. Spoken like someone who's never heard, hey, that fake twin brother you made up so you could try and get with Karen, he just magically came to life. I'm not even gonna ask about that. So you fought Kingpin, huh? How about Poindexter? The Hand? Yeah, all the classics. Also Stiltman, the Owl. Are you talking about Leland Owlsley, the accountant? No, another flying owl man. I gotta say, your world sounds a lot more off the rails than mine. What are you talking about? I am a very grounded, gritty, street-level guy. I was also briefly a god. There's only one god. Well, yeah, obviously, I'm still Catholic. This was just Thor shit. I was taking over for Heimdall, right? You know those guys. Again, it's better for me if I just don't comment. So, what about Karen, right? You mentioned her. Oh, she's doing great! With the slight exception of having been murdered by Bullseye. Who? Oh, sorry, Ben Poindexter. No, it was the church, wasn't it? You didn't get to her in time. I mean, it wasn't so much that I didn't get to her as it was a guy with a fishbowl for a head convincing me a baby was the Antichrist so that I would assist him in his DIY dying, but sure. What, you never had a lover die before? I watched Elektra die. Twice. Oh yeah, she loves doing that. Personally, I always preferred to fake my own death. Oh, I did that once. Isn't it great? It's my preferred method of throwing people off the scent when they're figuring out my secret identity, just slightly nudging out writing "not Daredevil" on my clothes. How can you be so cavalier with your identity? Cavalier? No, I guard that more than anything. Even when I went to prison, I kept my mask on all the time. Even when you what? What is this? Where am I? Good, another body double. Somebody get him underneath some rubble. My name is Wilson Fisk. That's much more interesting. We're the same person. You expect me to believe that? I don't know, maybe you're from a stupid universe. Are you the criminal mastermind where you come from? I'm the Kingpin of crime. There we go, nice. How'd you get your start, Kingpin? I killed my first man at 12. Me too. My own father. Really? That's nice. He was a disgusting addict. I mean, I don't know about addict. He was generally shitty. After my first kill, I joined up with the Rigoletto crime family, served some time with this guy named Miles Morales. I gained power in the shadows, fostered goodwill until I was part of New York's elite. I was building up to that. I did that next. Until I was unrightly exposed by a vigilante. That's Spider-Man, right? What? No, the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Oh, you skipped right to... That would have been convenient. Teenagers suck. I actually was once beaten by a teenager, too. Really? An archer. They're the worst, right? Truly. Anyways, once I was exposed, you fled into the sewers like a feral monster. I went to prison. Lame. Had to say goodbye to my... dear Vanessa. I knew Vanessa. That's nice. I still remember when we met in that art gallery in front of Rabbit in a snowstorm. No, when my goons brought her in to sell as a slave. What? That is confusing. She was only 15? You're a monster. Duh. What are you? A man who loves his city! I once moved to San Francisco for the vibes. You and I are not the same person. I have never wanted anything but the protection of my home. Right, and maybe world domination. Excuse me? I'm referring to when we worked with Hydra. You worked with Hydra? Briefly? And you stopped because you realized their views were reprehensible? No, I just didn't like that Red Skull was gonna have more power than me. Your Red Skull is alive? I gotta say, it sounds like your world's a lot more sanitized. I once decapitated a man's head with a car door. Want a cookie? I was the leader of a group of undead ninjas, and I'm currently the owner of a guild of assassins. That was a bunch of random words. Anyways, when I went to prison, I knew I would do anything to get with my dear Vanessa again. What was with you and Vanessa? She supported me like no one ever had. Ah, sounds like my second wife, Typhoid Mary. Don't marry people with the word typhoid in their name. My Vanessa killed my son and sold off most of my business to my competitors. I manipulated the FBI into eliminating my competitors. That's how I got it back. Did you friend Daredevil too? Yes, I got his real identity confirmed by Karen Page when she sold the information in exchange for heroin. She was an ace reporter looking for a story. That's a weird way to word porn star. And then I sent Bullseye to kill her. Ah, love Bullseye. Great henchman. He failed. Sucks to suck. Did I drink more than usual, or is everything different? Oh god, are you me? That's a stupid question. I'm Jessica Jones. Yeah, so am I. How could that be possible? No, you could be a Skrull. I don't know what that is. It's like an alien that... Nor do I care. Fine, Matt mentioned this could happen anyways. You're probably just a variant version of me. Yeah, because that's reasonable. Let me guess, you got your powers from a car accident? What, you read an article about me? No. Really? You weren't on your way to a theme park with the tickets your dad got from Tony Stark? Wait a minute, what? You got into a fight with your little brother that caused your car to crash into an army truck carrying dangerous chemicals? No. Well, yes, but that's not how I got my powers. I was experimented on by a company called IGH. Interesting, but you still moved in with the Joneses? No, they died in a car crash. My family that died were the Campbells. The Joneses adopted me. That would have been more convenient. I was adopted by Dorothy Walker. Are you saying that Trish isn't your sister? Trish who? Trish Walker. Patsy? Don't call her that. Okay, sorry. I barely know Hellcat. I mean, she was gonna be our babysitter at one point. Excuse me? We considered lots of people. Her, Deadpool, She-Hulk, Cassie Lang. That was awkward. You have a child, like a little you. Yeah, her name is Danielle. Is it Kilgraves? What? No, that psychotic asshole wouldn't even touch me. You mean that he never found you one night when you were stopping crime and kidnapped you and forced you to... He did all that, he just never had sex with me. He found it more fun to just brainwash me into desiring it and never deliver. Huh, well, he delivered many times with me, and I wouldn't exactly call it fun either. I am sorry, though. Did he ever make you kill someone? Oh yeah, lots of times. Though luckily when he sent me to go kill Wanda Maximoff, I was able to finally break out of it, and Jean Grey helped me put a block in my brain so he couldn't get to me again. I don't know who either of those people are, but I fought him off with Luke. Do you know Luke? He's the father of my child. Oh, fucking course he is. A little awkward, though, because I was actually seeing this other guy named Scott Lang at the time, and I had to tell him the baby wasn't his. Yeah, that sounds like us. Don't worry, though. I've never been able to keep any sort of relationship alive. Apparently, I push people away. People used to say the same thing about me, but now Luke and I have been married for a while. It's gone pretty good, and Carol and I are pretty close. Carol? Carol Danvers. She's my best friend. You don't know? No. Well, you said you had a sister, though, right? Yeah, but I had to throw her into prison because she shot my mom and then went nuts and killed a bunch of other people. Why did she shoot your mom? She went nuts and started killing a bunch of other people. Makes sense. And which mom was this? Elisa Jones. She was also experimented on by IGH, turned into like a stronger version of me. The most villainous thing my Elisa ever did was critique my parenting. Cute. Hey, did you ever join that, like, team? Yeah, I've been on lots of Avenger teams. You were an Avenger? Luke's kind of obsessed with starting them. But the one with, Matt and Danny. Oh, the Defenders. Yeah, we came together briefly because, Luke and Iron Fist are like best friends, and I used to be Matt's bodyguard. Why does Matt need a bodyguard? He was busy suing everyone who said he was Daredevil. Sweet Christmas, what's going on now? Alright, guess it's my turn now. Luke, you're in a different universe. I'm a variant version of you. Prove it. Our real name is Carl Lucas, son of Esther and Detective James Lucas. Detective? My daddy was a reverend. Did yours still have a bastard son that turned out to be a supervillain? He had a normal son that grew up to be a supervillain, my brother James Jr. What about Willis Stryker? What about him? He was a whole different guy. My childhood best friend back when I ran with the Rivals. Rivals? You were in a gang? I made some bad decisions, I don't hide that. My Stryker turned out to suck too, though. Had me sent to prison. He framed you for murder? He planted heroin in my house, part of some scheme with Cottonmouth. The Stokes family was after you even back then? I don't know about after me. He's just some punk drug dealer. The Stokes don't deal drugs at all. It's their one rule. If they had you sent to prison, they were doing something more nefarious. Why do you keep talking about the Stokes like it's a family thing? I'm just talking about Cottonmouth. Cause it's a syndicate. His cousin Mariah is arguably worse than he is. Mariah Dillard? She's not his cousin. She's just a different crime boss, the head of the Rat Pack. Why are all your people, like, mixed up? Wait a minute, if the Stokes were never running the city and you never took them down, how'd you become the hero of Harlem? I didn't. That's Falcon's thing. Excuse me? After I got out of prison and found out I had powers, I became a hero for hire. Yeah, I can relate. I'm often broke myself, but it was a good racket for a while. One time I went all the way to Latveria and beat the shit out of Doom for skipping out of a $200 bill. Is that supposed to impress me? It impressed some people. I was asked to join the Fantastic Four. Cool for you, man. What, you too good for a team-up or something? I mean, I did one, called ourselves the Defenders. Oh yeah, that was a weird team. Roster kept changing. Who was on it? It was like Clea, Strange, Silver Surfer, Valkyrie. What? No, I'm talking Matt Murdock, Jessica Jones, Danny Rand. Oh, that was way later, after Jessica and I were already married. You and Jessica are what? Yeah, got a beautiful baby girl too. Named her Danny, after Danny. Why would you name your child after Rand? 'Cause he's my best friend? He's the one who kept working on Heroes for Hire, scaling it up so much that Stark ended up buying it. Tony Stark? Yeah, then he fired me and Ant-Man for having criminal records, the hypocrisy. Yeah, he's got a bit of a mixed reputation here too. I'll say this though, he did make up for it a little bit when he sold me Avengers Mansion for $1. You were an Avenger? Man, I've been every kind. Let's see, secret, new, mighty. Basically, if there's an Avengers team, I'm there. Why, what are you up to these days? Well, after I defeated the Stokes, there was a power vacuum, and DW and I... D.W. Griffith, the film student? I know him well. Right, well, we talked and decided that the only way to keep crime out of Harlem was to rule from the top, so I kind of became a mob boss. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize this whole time that you were a piece of shit. What's going on right now? My Luke told me about this. I assumed yours would have told... No? That's okay. So you're in my universe now. I'm a variant version of you. It's impossible. I'm Danny Rand, the immortal Iron Fist. Yeah, me too. That's what I was just... Doesn't matter. Anyways, you said you were the Iron Fist, right? So clearly you went to Kunlun. Yeah, I was taken in by some monks after my parents died in a... Sorry, it's very hard for me. In a plane crash, it was very traumatic. Oh yeah, sounds like it. Funny thing though, when I was 9 years old, my parents took me on an expedition to go find Kunlun, and my father slipped off a cliff, and he tried to get his best friend slash business partner Harold Meacham to help him up, but instead Meacham just like stomped on his foot and threw him off. Wait, like Lion King? Exactly like Lion King. Yeah, and then he turned around and professed his love to my mom and said how much he wanted to take over the family business. And your mom? She said no. He left us there in the middle of the Himalayas. And that's when you found Kunlun? Mm-hmm. Just shortly after my mom was eaten by wolves. Jesus, man. You became the Fist, right? So you battled Shu Lao. Yeah, I killed that dragon's ass. By hugging it so hard that its scar was imprinted on your chest and punching its heart until your hands turned to iron. This is a tattoo. Alright, man, but you still went back to Earth when the portal reopened, right? Yeah, obviously. Because you wanted to get revenge on Meacham. No, I found out about that once I was there. Then why did you leave Kunlun? Vibes? Okay, when I got to Earth, I saw that Meacham had lost both of his legs to frostbite he got after abandoning us, saw how small of a man he really was, and realized he wasn't worth killing. Yeah, no, when I got to Earth, I told some people I was Danny Rand, and the Meachams had me thrown in an insane asylum. They are just the worst. How many times would you say your Howard Meacham rose from the dead? None. I did though. What? There used to be this kid named Bobby Wright, and his thing was he could turn into an adult version of himself. What a dumb power to have. Especially because every time he used it, it gave him like radiation poisoning. So I tried to heal him with the fist. Actually, my first big adventure was all about learning that this could be used for healing as well as violence. That's stupid, it's ridiculously obvious, but anyways, I used a little too much of my life force healing him, kind of went into a trance, then he woke up and tried to wake me up, didn't really know his strength, and sort of pummeled me to death. Such a sad way to die. You know why we're talking about this? Let's get back on track. Luke's your best friend, right? Yeah, we're tight. Actually, I helped him defeat Bushmaster, and a little later, his friend Misty, his friend, is she not the love of your life? What? We were together a long time. Even thought she was pregnant for a while, but that turned out to be fake. She just looked like it because of chi-related stuff. How does chi make her? Don't ask questions like that. Anyway, who are you seeing? Colleen Wing, she's a samurai, kind of awesome. You never dated her? Yeah, I mean, obviously, surely. How do you not know? Okay, I love her more than anything. I gave her the fist. Back up, so you're not actually the immortal Iron Fist anymore. I guess not technically. Okay, good, neither am I. I tried to give the power to Okoye, but she didn't want it, so she put it back with the dragon. And I think Swordmaster's running around with it now. I don't know. Freeze, dirtbag! Who are you and why are you wearing my skull? This is my skull. Yours seems to be some sort of cheap knockoff. Well, I had to change mine. Some people got out of line. Doesn't matter. Who are you? Frank Castle. You mean Francis Castiglione? I used to go by Pete Castiglione. Weird. So you think you're the Punisher, huh? You think you're a big guy? Who hurt you? What happened to you? Family and I went to a park one day and stumbled upon a mob killing. They gunned us all down to avoid witnesses. That would have been more convenient. Fucking excuse me? My family, my wife, my beautiful baby girl, I also think I had a son, died because of an elaborate fake shootout between 3 different gangs that was really an attempted kill on me. Sounds needlessly complicated. Yeah, well, it turned me into who I am today. I became the Punisher. I tracked down everyone involved in those gangs. And then what? I put them in the ground. With me, I fight until crime dies, no matter how many supers get in my way. Supers? You mean like Daredevil? We actually make a good team. I was more talking about Spider-Man, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Daken. Who the fuck? Daken actually killed me once. He got better. Yeah, a guy named Morbius brought me back to life as a Frankenstein's monster. Seriously. What the fuck? Oh, please, you've never died before? One time I committed suicide just because the Archangel Gabriel said he'd give me the powers of heaven. It was basically just shiny golden guns. Are you actually insane? No. Maybe. I do often have a problem where people drug me into insane fits of rage. You should probably get a handle on that. One time Micro tried to help me, but I thought he was betraying me, so he kinda ended up dead. Lieberman? You let him die? Let is a strong word, and again, it's fine. He also came back to life. You knew him? I helped him get back with his family. What family? He's a loser. Don't you say that. He's a good man. Okay, Jesus, you got a lot of attachments, don't you? Who else you have helping you? You know, just like Curtis. I served with that guy. He went on to be a drug dealer, and I killed him. That's strange. Most of my old unit became drug dealers, but not Curtis. He was good. Not like Billy. Billy Russo? The Butte? You served with that fucker? He was my brother. I shoved his head into a glass panel several times. Surgeons had to stitch him back together like a jigsaw puzzle. Oh yeah, I did something similar, and it left like 3 whole scratches on his face, so... Well, as long as he remembers who did it, right? Exactly. I also worked with Agent Nadani from Homeland. Government work, huh? I tried that, didn't really care for it. The FBI sent me to some town called Riverdale to fight a kid named Archie for some reason. Then S.H.I.E.L.D. put me on a team called the Thunderbolts. I ended up trying to kill most of them. But S.H.I.E.L.D. did also once give me War Machine armor. I appreciated that. You just kept it? It was really helpful for killing people. Right. I was also thrown off Captain America's side for Civil War when I just killed 2 random villains who showed up trying to give us intel. What is it you're doing now? I am currently the head of the hand. Right, fair.